radical public service announcement. I want everybody who hasn't bought a seat for their car to buy a custom seat. And to hopefully compel you to do so, today we've got Randy Smay, seat making guru, with us. We just got done making a seat.
Yes, we
It was
did.
fabulous. It felt so good when it was done.
Yeah.
What would you say are the reasons why somebody should have a custom seat made?
One, the basic first thing is safety. So you want to be able to drive the car and not move around. You don't want to have to hang on for dear life. So you want the seat, it molds to your body, it fits you and you only, and it just takes your mind off of that while you're racing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to focus on racing, not hanging on.
Yeah, so I totally agree with what you're saying. I was talking to some guys this weekend, some young guys who were ex-motocross riders, and they got a Radical, and they were driving around in it. They happened to be short guys.
Yes.
And they came and got a seat made, and their lap times dropped by like 5 seconds because they weren't hanging onto the car going, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
They were ability to focus on their driving, but there's also a safety piece to this, right?
Yes, there is a safety. Just say you back it in, and if you don't have a seat and that cushion in between your seat, you're going to be up against a hard carbon or fiberglass shell, and you're going to hurt yourself. So you got that cushion. There's no air gaps. Everything is conformed to your body. So it's like putting a shirt on. You're the key to the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Basically is what it is.
And I can attest to that because that's my favorite seat in the world is my racing seat because it fits me so perfectly. So Randy's been doing this since 1995. So we're talking about, quick math, 28, 29 years.
Yep.
How many seats do you think you've made? Who have you made these seats for? And have there been any accidents that people have had that had the seats? And
Yes.
Yeah?
So I've basically done the whole IndyCar paddock seats, most of them. Drag racing, boats, airplanes, everything.
like you
Anybody
told me
that
Red
the
Bull
Red Bull
airplanes.
race planes.
I think those guys need seats.
Yeah. So anything that races, I've done seats in.
Mm-hmm.
I've done Dario's, Tony Kanon's, Scott Dixon's. I started out. Mauricio Guzman helped me out. Mark Blundell, two ex-F1 guys. I went over and done some stuff for a guy that did some touring car stuff, Derek Warwick. He came over and tested the Indy car back in the Andretti, when John drove for us, the Andretti. And he goes, hey, can you come over to Europe and make me a seat? So I've gone everywhere and done seats.
Yeah, and how many have you done since the beginning? What would you say?
Oh,
A couple thousand?
Could be. Yeah, well over 1,000.
What's it cost to have a seat made?
It's usually around about 2,400, I think it is.
Yeah.
It just depends. I mean, and even go-kart stuff, kids. I usually cut deals to kids because they're the future. So if they got something now when they're young, they're going to have it when they get older.
So this is why my seat was so expensive, right?
Yes, you're paying for the kids.
No, that's awesome.
And actually, I've done a seat for your son back in the day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where did you do that in Indy?
It was in the, what did he race? It was the
USF 2000.
Yeah, not to 2000. It was the one before
IMSA
that.
Lights.
Did he run Skippy?
He did?
I think it was in Skippy.
All right.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Well, hopefully people who are watching this are compelled to get a seat if you haven't gotten one. Even if you're just going to do track days and you're not going to be competing. If you're competing, you absolutely need one. But most of the guys who are competing already know. But if you're doing track days, you're going to love your Radical experience a whole lot more if you get a custom seat.
Yeah. And you won't be tired. Usually, if you're fitting well, you're driving, at the end of your session, you won't be tired because you're not burning energy, you're saving energy, and you're focusing on the drive, and you'll go fast.
So here we go. The secret to speed that nobody knew was getting a seat.
Yes.